During the year 287 BC, Greece would give birth to one of its finest and most brilliant minds, Archimedes. Archimedes, also known as Archimedes of Syracuse, was an outstanding mathematician, engineer, inventor, physicist, and astronomer. Even though very little is known about his family and childhood, it is known that he was the son of Phidias, who was also an astronomer. When he was in his teens, Archimedes was sent to Alexandria to study mathematics at the school that had been established by the Greek mathematician Euclid. After pursuing his studies, he went back to Syracuse to live in his native city. Archimedes is well known for his many inventions and discoveries. It is important to note, however, that a number of his discoveries were a result of the requirements of his home city, Syracuse. One of his most important discoveries was the Archimedes principle, which helped in determining the volume of an object with an irregular shape. He came about this principle in a very peculiar way, but we will get into that later on in the presentation. Other inventions include the Archimedes screw, which was first used to pump water out of ships and was later used in irrigation, and the claw of Archimedes, which was designed to defend his city when in war. Other inventions attributed to Archimedes are the block and tackle pulley systems, and credit has also been given to him for working on the catapult and improving its accuracy and power. In addition to his many inventions, Archimedes also made great contributions to the world of mathematics. Many of the mathematical problems Archimedes solved concerned areas and volumes of geometric figures. Among his many contributions were the approximation of pi and integration, which was one of the methods he used to find the areas, volumes, and surface areas of many bodies. The area of the circle. Archimedes also proved that the area of a circle was equal to pi multiplied by the square of the radius of the circle, or pi r squared. In measuring the circle, he derived the value of the square root of 3, which is extremely impressive given the fact that calculators had not yet been invented. Archimedes also worked on volumes of spheres. He saw his proof of the volume of a sphere as his greatest personal achievement. And lastly is the quadrature of the parabola. In this treatise, Archimedes proved that the area of any given segment of a parabola is 4/3 of the area of a triangle with the same base length as the segment and equal height. The significance of the Archimedes' solution to this problem is hidden in the fact that none of the differentiation, integration, or coordinate geometry were known in his time. Instead, he used the idea of limits, or in other words, approximation. Many of Archimedes' discoveries and inventions continue to influence the world of mathematics in today's classrooms. His quadrature of the parabola and his knowledge of finding the area under curves continue to be highly valued in the world of calculus. Furthermore, his ability to formulate formulas for the areas and volumes of spheres, cylinders, parabolas, and other plane and solid figures has been an integral part of every geometry class ever taught around the world, making his contributions to mathematics rather crucial to today's pupils. Remember Archimedes' principle? Well, this is how it all came about. Story has it that Hero, the ancient king of Sicily, commissioned a new crown. However, he suspected that the goldsmith had not made the crown of pure gold, but instead he had mixed up some less costly silver. The king then asked Archimedes to find out if the goldsmith had fooled him, and so Archimedes set out to solve this problem. He thought and thought about it, racking his brain, but nothing came to mind. Not until he took a bath, that is. While in the tub, Archimedes realized that water spilled out as he placed his body in the tub. It was then he realized that by measuring the amount of displaced water, he could measure his body's volume. Using this concept, he could place the crown in water, and based on the water displaced, he could measure if the king had been ripped off. Legend has it that Archimedes was so excited about his new discovery that he jumped out of the bath and ran naked through the streets of Syracuse, shouting, "Eureka! Eureka!" or "I've got it! I've got it!" Tragically, this great mind saw its demise. Archimedes died during the conquest of Syracuse in 212 BC, during the Second Punic War, when Syracuse was captured by the Roman forces after a 2-year siege. He was killed by a Roman soldier. He was buried in a tomb on which was a carved sphere within a cylinder. This was his wish, because he believed his greatest achievement was finding the formula for the volume of a sphere. Today, we do not know where Archimedes' tomb is. It has been lost, probably forever. And even though much of his work has also been lost forever, what we know of it leaves us in awe of his achievements from so long ago. Without a doubt, Archimedes earned his spot among some of the greatest minds of ancient Greece.